Welcome, everyone, to the AI Factory podcast. Today, we're going to dive into something huge, the cloud wars. You know, that epic rivalry between Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. But here's the thing. This is so much more than a fight over who has the most servers. This is really a battle to build the very foundation for the future of AI itself. All right, so let's set the stage with a quick look at the numbers. Right now, AWS is the undisputed king of the hill, holding a solid 30% of the market. Then you've got Microsoft Azure coming in strong at 20%, and Google Cloud with a respectable 12%. Now, these figures give us a great snapshot of where things stand today, but believe me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because really, is market share the whole story? The real question, the one we're digging into today, is how these giants are playing the long game. This isn't just about winning today's customers. It's a high-stakes chess match to define the entire next era of technology. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll talk about why the cloud is this, invisible battleground. Then, we're going to get into the clash of the titans and really understand their unique game plans. After that, we'll connect the dots to the AI arms race that's heating up. And finally, we'll peer into the future and see where this is all taking us. Okay, so let's start with the invisible battleground. Why is this such a big deal? Well, the cloud, it's easy to think of it as this fuzzy, abstract thing, right? But it's not. It's the literal plumbing of our entire digital life. Every show you stream, every app you tap, every single tool you use at work, it all runs on the cloud. So whoever wins this battle isn't just renting out servers. No, they're the architects of the platform where our future is being built, brick by digital brick. And this brings us to the clash of the cloud titans. What's absolutely fascinating here is that to understand their strategies, you have to understand who they are at their core. Each company's approach is a direct extension of its parent company's history, its culture, you could almost call it its corporate DNA. Let's start with AWS. Think about Amazon. What is it? It's the everything store, right? Well, that's exactly the playbook for AWS. It's the everything store for the cloud, built on those same core principles, a mind-boggling selection and just massive, massive scale. I mean, you have to remember, AWS had this incredible first-mover advantage. They basically invented the whole infrastructure as a service market way back in 2006. They set the rules of the game. And their strategy is simple but powerful. Be the one-stop shop. They offer this ridiculously broad catalog of over 200 services. The idea is, once you're in their ecosystem, why would you ever need to go anywhere else? Okay, so now let's talk about Microsoft Azure. If AWS is the everything store, then Azure is the enterprise empire. This is a masterclass, really, in leveraging an existing kingdom. For decades, Microsoft has been the absolute backbone of the business world, and Azure is designed to be the most natural, obvious next step for all those companies. So what's their secret weapon? It's the deep, seamless integration with everything businesses already live and breathe. Microsoft 365, Teams, you name it. They make moving to the cloud feel, well, effortless for their huge customer base. And they're smart about it with a big focus on hybrid cloud because they know big companies can't just flip a switch and ditch their old systems. It's a powerful strategy, and it's why a staggering 95% of Fortune 500 companies trust them. And that brings us to our third titan, Google Cloud, the engineering powerhouse. Now, Google came to the party a bit later. They didn't have the head start of AWS or that built-in enterprise empire of Microsoft. So what did they do? They doubled down on what makes Google, Google. Sheer, unadulterated engineering brilliance. See, Google's game isn't about having the longest list of services. It's about being the absolute best in class in the fields that matter most for the future. We're talking data analytics and AI. They also champion open source tech, like Kubernetes, which, by the way, they invented. This makes them super attractive to developers who want the most cutting-edge tools without getting locked into one system. So when you put it all side by side, the picture becomes crystal clear. You've got AWS going for breadth and scale, aiming for everyone. You've got Azure masterfully leveraging its enterprise relationships. And you have Google Cloud laser-focused on technical superiority, winning over the data scientists and developers. It's three titans with three fundamentally different ways of thinking about the world. Okay, so what's the consequence of this clash of titans? Well, for all of us, it's huge. This fierce competition has kicked off a full-blown AI arms race. Each of these companies is pouring billions and billions of dollars into AI, all in an effort to make their platform the most compelling choice. And you can see the result right here. This battle for the cloud isn't happening in a vacuum. It is directly fueling the biggest AI trends that are reshaping business today. That abstract war in the cloud, it's creating very real, very tangible AI tools that are changing everything. Let me give you a powerful real-world example. In Africa, the Peace Parks Foundation is using Microsoft Azure to power AI-equipped drones to protect rhinos from poachers. Think about that. We're talking about cloud computing and AI coming together to literally save an endangered species. That's an application that would have sounded like science fiction just a handful of years ago. And over on the Google side, you see their deep roots in search technology evolving into incredible new AI tools. Take something called vector search. It's a huge leap forward. It goes way beyond just matching keywords. It understands meaning and context. This is the technology that's going to power the next generation of smarter recommendations and way more powerful AI assistants. So this leads us to our final section, tomorrow's AI-powered world. Where are these cloud wars actually taking us? What does the future look like when it's built on this foundation? Well, for one thing, the scale of what's coming is just staggering. Take a look at multimodal AI. That's AI that can understand text, images, and audio all at once. The market for that is set to explode, from around $2.4 billion to nearly $100 billion by 2037. That kind of exponential growth is only possible because of the insane infrastructure these cloud titans are building right now. And a huge piece of this future is the rise of what we call AI agents. Now, forget simple chatbots. We're talking about sophisticated, autonomous systems that can actually reason, plan, and complete complex tasks for you. This is going to fundamentally change how we work and live. And again, this isn't some far-off future, it's happening now. Companies like Best Buy are already using AI-powered assistants to help customers, and they're resolving issues up to 90 seconds faster. This is the real-world payoff of that AI arms race we talked about, which really brings us full circle, doesn't it? The cloud wars, they're not just a business competition. At the end of the day, they are a clash of corporate cultures. It's a battle of ideas, with each of these giants trying to build a future in its own image. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. As AI becomes the central battleground, which of these corporate DNAs is actually best suited to build a future? Is it the retailer's vision of infinite choice, the enterprise giant's promise of stability and integration, or the engineering powerhouse's relentless pursuit of the best possible technology? The final chapter of that story is still being written. If you found this fascinating and want to go even deeper, I really encourage you to check out the book, AI Factory: Architecting Global Supremacy. We've put the link right there in the description. Thanks so much for watching.